And we are live with the Lakers Fast Break. This is a impromptu podcast. We had some colleagues last night who wanted to see if we could do something in the afternoon. I put out an APB, and I've got my main man Yami Swoot with me live from work. So we're going to make this a snack pack. This isn't a Magic Man in the morning. This is more of a Magic Man snack pack. And I'm happy to have Jamie in the house.
Snack pack.
So, Jamie, we got a huge game tonight, brother. A huge game tonight.
Mike,
And
yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, and we're coming off that OT thriller with Utah when LeBron James just decided to end it on a layup. It's nothing easy with the squad, is it? On a back-to-back, you would think Utah's missing a lot of their heavy hitters. Lakers should have a 15, 20-point lead heading into the fourth, but no, can't saw wood like that, Jamie. It's always got to be difficult. They got to stub their toe. They got to hit their arm in the door, chip their teeth on a glass. There's always something that happens in a game with this squad. Nevertheless, winners of 7 of 8. You're the hottest team in the NBA. And now you're playing your crosstown opponent. I'm not even going to call them a rival because we're not going to get into this again. But we both know this is not a rivalry. A rivalry in the playoffs is when two teams draw blood. And since there's 0 playoff games between these two squads, I object to the term of rivalry. Do you agree or disagree, sir?
I mean, I never thought of it as a rivalry for the same reasons you just said. I always thought of it as like that they're just like kind of a coattail riding team. Playing the same building, went from San Diego where they weren't selling out to LA where they didn't sell out. Not until they got CP3 and Blake Griffin and Lob City came around for a little while and all that jazz. Then that was an exciting team to watch. But again, never really got too far in the playoffs. I don't think they ever even got out of the second round, if memory serves. I mean, you could argue that this is basically the most important Lakers-Clippers game of all time. Like Zubats was saying the other day that, this is it. Like, this is the penultimate Lakers-Clippers game simply because of the implications, not just to the Lakers, but to both teams in the playoffs.
Yes,
and
100%.
And, the Clippers could tumble down into the play-in if they don't watch it, and they have injuries to key guys. We have potentially 3 key guys, up to 3 key guys could be sitting out tonight, which, we'll probably have to wait till after shoot around and 5 minutes before tip-off to find out whether everybody's playing or not.
Absolutely. The Clippers are now reliant on a basically a 3 heavy guard lineup because their absence Paul George, and you know what, Jamie? God bless them. Marcus Morris's knees are done. They were on life support last year, and now they've been given the last right. So he's basically a glorified traffic cone for them. But they have to play him.
They have to play him for his size. I mean, there's nobody else to back up Zubats, really. Like,
no. I mean, you could potentially play Mason Plumlee, but I mean that only goes so far. We know what Mason Plumlee is at this point. But what are your keys for the matchup tonight, Jamie? If everything is on the level, if LeBron and AD are playing and D'Lo is playing, what are your keys to the game?
I mean, stay with what's working. Pound the ball inside. Don't try to turn into some kind of jump shooting team. Don't get into a 3-point shooting contest with the Clippers. They're a better 3-point shooting team. You might want to play a little bit of I don't know if it's a little bit of dog will hunt. Let Russ go for 50.
Yeah.
Russ is going to want to go for 50. He's going to want to have a 50-20-20 triple double. To just shove it back in our faces. And I think that the Lakers might be wise to kind of let him run a little wild, run a little loose, because that's going to be kind of, I think, a key for us, is to not let him get 50 points, but don't let him get 10, 15, 20 assists. Like, make him be the best player on the team scoring wise, and you're going to have a good shot. But there's, the Lakers have not played well against the Clippers. I think we've lost the last 10 games in a row to the Clippers. The Clippers have had 4 days off prior to today. We've played, I want to say, 4 games and 7 nights, if I recall, something.
Yes.
So, I mean, you could see it last night towards the end of the game. Schroeder looked done. Reeves looked done. LeBron looked fresh, but, I mean, he could wake up this morning and be like, the foot can't go. Hold on one second. I'll be right back.
All right. As Jamie Swoop comes back, I'll just keep our audience informed here. It looks like Dave McMenamin has reported on his Twitter feed that Mo Bamba is probable tonight. So the Lakers are potentially realized.
I'll be right back.
And so now as we welcome in Nic Molina. Hey, Nick. Nick, are you with us? Laker Nick, are you there? As we work out the kinks there. Mo Bamba is probable tonight. So the Lakers potentially are rolling out a lineup with LeBron James in the front court, with Vando, and potentially Mo Bamba. So we may or may not see a lot of Mo Bamba tonight, depending on whether or not the Lakers are able to get Zubats in foul trouble. That's the key to me. If somehow Anthony Davis and or LeBron or one of our other guards is able to penetrate into the lane and get Zubats in foul trouble, that will lead to a lot of problems for Ty Lue. Ty Lue doesn't have a lot of safeguards, band-aids in the front court to lessen a significant problem if Zubats is out. So that's what's going to take place. And Serge, you're right. If LeBron and AD are both not playing, then we're not going to win. That's the probability. They're both listed as questionable. My guess is the way LeBron has been talking about wanting just to play more and establish more chemistry. He told that to Trudell yesterday. My guess is if LeBron can play, he can play. And Laker Nick, are you with us?
I'm back.
All right.
I agree with what you just said, though. If LeBron can play, he's going to play.
Yes.
Same with AD. I mean, I would hope the same with D'Lo, but he's creating all these. He's creating his own drama here.
Yes, he is. Yes, he is.
By not, really stepping up to the plate and being like, "Hey, I'm needed,"
No, exactly. There needs to be an emphasis here that they control their own destiny, Jamie. They went out. They're the 5th seed. They are the 5th seed. No questions asked. If they stumble once, they potentially have the looming play-in over their head. But if they win out, they get the 5th seed. Yep. And if you do win out, that means one of the other teams, either the Clippers or the Warriors, have to play the play-in. And if you stroll around the rest of the league, Jamie, not a lot of these teams, the Pelicans fans or the Wolves fans, are in the least concerned about playing the Clippers in a play-in. They're talking about not wanting to play the Lakers. They would rather avoid the Lakers right now if you're in the play-in than the Clippers.
I think that's true.
So there's a vulnerability here with that squad. Yeah, we're coming off the back-to-back, but you know what the old saying is, Jamie?
Hmm.
Beware the wounded animal because it's the most dangerous animal.
True. Zangerstein has a great couple great points about the AD injury that is essentially still there. It looks like you're posting her comments, so
Yeah.
good. That it's one of the reasons, I'm glad he came back. I hope that he stays healthy for the entire playoff run, whatever it ends up being. But I just feel like at some point it's gonna need surgery. Like, can he play like this for a whole year? Like,
Yeah.
I have my doubts. And then you're coming up on your that's his contract year. I mean, he can opt in obviously to his player option, which one assumes if he has a potential year off surgery that he would opt in at that point. Um, it's would it have been better depending on how this all works out? One of the questions that I feel like will loom over this season, no matter what, will be: would it have been better if AD had gotten surgery and if LeBron had gotten surgery like minute one, or are they now going to have these sort of lingering kind of like Kawhi Leonard and his quadricep muscle, right? That just seems like it never really hasn't ever really gotten back to what I would imagine he would want it to be, where he doesn't think about it. It's just not on his mind anymore. He's able to play without considering it, tearing or rupturing or, failing him in some way. So those are my big concerns. I think you're right, though. I think that if healthy, there's nobody who wants to play this Laker team right now. LeBron is, didn't lose much of a step. AD is back to, for the most part, dominating when he demands the ball and when they force feed him the ball in the paint. Reeves has arrived. He'll have he's good. I don't need him to score 20 points a game. I like when he scores 20 points a game, but like it's all the other things he brings that make this team work. Kind of the same way with Schroeder. Like, is it great if he scores like 15, 20? Yeah, sure. But like, as long as he gets like 7 or 8 assists without too many turnovers, that's the real impact. Because then he's moving the ball, getting hitting the open man, and eventually his shots will come around because of that. Because they'll start playing him to pass, and then he'll have a lane to the rim where he's decent enough at finishing.
Absolutely. That's why I love just seeing Austin and D'Lo play more together. I was hoping to see that more because they're both impactful players. It goes beyond the box score with those two.
I agree. Would you give what would your max offer be where you said no to D'Lo at this point? Where does it cross over to too much?
Yeah, that's a great question. I think if he wanted somewhere in the range of like over like maybe 35 a year, if you're
Yeah,
approaching like that, maybe I think that's a level where we have to separate here,
yeah.
you know. But I think if he wants anything less than that, I mean, I'd be willing to go up to like 32 and a half, like because
I think I top out at about 33 right now. I
yeah,
think
it's a
33.
4-year deal.
Yep.
I think he would jump at the shot for that. I think he would.
I hope so. I mean, he recently was quoted as saying, like, it's, I've been traded midseason. It's hard to feel like I'm comfortable. I'm playing for a contract next year. Don't know where I'll play. And so, on the one hand, I can understand where he's like, my foot hurts. I'm not going to play. My hip hurts. I'm not going to play. My back hurts. I'm not going to play because he's got to stay healthy for next season. He's got to be able to show up somewhere. Having said that, your best it feels like you're basically in competition with one other person to be the starting point guard again for the Los Angeles Lakers, and that person is the mad world of Kyrie Irving. And you got to show up because that's Kyrie's problem.
Yes.
Every Laker fan is like, do I love the idea of Kyrie Irving being a Laker? Yeah, I guess so. I mean, he's tremendous talent. Hits the three ball. Going to be the best point guard available on the market this summer. But the guy plays in 55% of his games for his career. Like, he averages 55 games a season for his career. Like,
Yes. Yes. And by the way, I'm glad you brought
Um,
that up, Jamie, because I read a statistic yesterday that was incredible. So we need to stop and squash the narrative now that somehow um, Anthony Davis needs to be street closer, Mr. Glass, because since January 31st, he's played in 25 of 27 games. And the only two games he's been absent for was for DNPs for rest, not because of injury.
right.
Remember, he rested on the back to back when we lost in Memphis, and then he sat when we played the Thunder, right?
That's
And
it.
then of course the inevitable that pimple on the ass that was the Rockets game. So
I got a rash, man.
he's been healthy for 27 games basically since January 31st. So
Yeah.
we've gotten a healthy Anthony Davis now
Yep.
for just a little over 2.5 months. Let's keep this rolling because even if he's not 100%, Jamie, he's still putting up 35 and 17.
Yep.
So he's gutting it out. He's played more games through that time span than LeBron,
Yep.
then excuse me, then oh God, excuse me, I'm blanking here. Anyway, Luca's missed a few games here or there. Kyrie has.
Yep.
KD's missed some time.
Oh,
LeBron's missed some time, right? So Anthony Davis has been the superstar this year. Him and Embiid have both had a relatively healthy season.
yeah.
So, it looks like AD is going to have a chance to play in over almost 60 games this season. So, at the beginning of the year, we were talking, well, if we could get 55 to 60 out of him, that's a relatively healthy year for him. So, here we go. Um, I'm going to add in Nic Molina here, Jamie. We
Okay.
had some audio issues, but I hope he's back. Nick, are you with us?
Hey, Sean and Jamie, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yes, we can, Nick.
Oh, it's great to be on. Yeah, Sean, thanks for hosting this quick pod. Jamie, I don't think we've personally met, but obviously we've been interacting over the past several months, and it's good to have you on.
Oh yeah, man. Thanks for contributing as well.
Thanks a lot for coming on, Nick. Nick's been one of the best contributors on our playback broadcast. If you can tune in and listen up, Nick's incredible with his insights and his humor. And Nick, what are your keys for the game tonight? We again, the injuries are still up in the air right now, but if everything's equal, if LeBron, AD, and D'Lo are playing, what are your keys to the game?
Yeah, there's three keys for me, Sean. The three keys are LeBron, AD, and Austin Reeves. If those guys could deliver tonight, which I think LeBron and Davis can. The only question mark for me is Reeves. He's been playing terrific, I think, over the past month or so, but consistency is still a little bit of an issue with him. I'm hoping that he could have a blowout game tonight and really show the fans, that he's worth a bigger contract down the line. So yeah, for me, those are the three keys. Definitely, it's a win-win situation, and we got to come out hungry and ready to kill.
Absolutely. Who would you spot Westbrook with? Would it be Austin? Are we going to
It,
see Austin on Russ tonight?
I think it'd be great. Yeah, I think that'd be a great matchup there. I like our size. I definitely want to see more. We talked about this last night with Rui Hachimura, maybe seeing him more than Wayne Gabriel. Although I don't want to, bash on Wayne. I think he brings a lot of hustle, a lot of grit. But definitely, I want to see more more hunger and especially more from the bench. I want Troy Brown Jr. to get out there, shoot some threes, Beasley to get out there and get his shot going from range, and yeah, hopefully D'Lo is back, and distributing. He's a great passer, and that's an underrated quality that he has.
Yeah, absolutely, Nick. And just as an update, both D'Lo and Mobamba are probable. So it looks as though Mobamba may be making his return to the
Yeah.
Lakers to the lineup tonight. It just throws a little wrench into the perception because we don't know if Anthony Davis is going to play tonight. So maybe they threw the Mo Bamba is probable out there just to throw a fly into the ointment. And as we wrap up this quick little snack pack, I want to thank both my guests, Jamie Sweet and Nic Molina, for joining me on this quick Lakers podcast. Lakers and Clippers tonight. It's the biggest game in LA since that Game 6 in 2020 when we hosted the trophy. This is the game. This is the game that you bring the hammer. You bring the hammer tonight. Please.
And Sean, and by bringing the hammer, I hope it's not a stressful win. Obviously that's wishful thinking, but we had the overtime win last night. We could do without the high cortisol levels and stress. So
Yeah.
hopefully, it is a statement game. Where they do bring the hammer, and we're chilling in the fourth quarter, and hopefully AD and LeBron are resting. But let's hope and pray for that. And thanks again.
Absolutely, Nick. Well said. And we'll leave it there, everybody. Thank you very much. Join us tonight on Playback for the game and afterwards on the post game. For my guest, Jamie Sweet, Nic Molina, I'm Sean Grice, MagicMan. Thanks a lot. Go Lakers.
Go Lakers.